People often ask when it's too cold or too snowy to run outside. And the answer is that there's not really a hard answer. Once it gets below zero and the wind gets above 15 miles an hour, you are at risk of frostbite within 30 minutes. So that risk of frostbite comes with not only the temperature, but the wind chill. So a lot of common weather apps will have a feels like temperature, and that's a good gauge. If that's below zero, you don't want to be outside with exposed skin for too long. That being said, everyone has a different threshold, and some people it's not enjoyable at all to be running outside when it's 0 degrees, and it might make more sense to choose an indoor workout option. The amount of snow is also depending on your personal tolerance. A small layer of snow might seem like nothing, but it can be really slippery and make you at risk of falling, whereas a lot of snow just makes it difficult to trudge through, and again, you can fall or other things. But as long as you're enjoying the activity and you're safe, there's no amount of snow that's too much. In places that get a lot of snow, people will snowshoe run. So in Cleveland, that is something you could do, where buy snowshoes instead of just like walking with them. There are different types you can purchase where you're able to run with that, and it keeps you above the layer of snow. There are other things that you can purchase that give you extra traction on your shoes as well, with spikes and extra things to add to the shoes. There are advantages of running inside when it's cold. One is you avoid the cold weather and it might seem to be a little bit more enjoyable. However, there is a group of people who really dislike the treadmill. If you are going to bear the winter weather, it is important to make sure that you're keeping in mind that your injury risk can be slightly increased when the weather's cold, particularly if you're not warmed up adequately. So you can be at risk of muscle tears or muscle pulls. It's more common to get tendinitis in the cold weather. So you'd want to make sure that you have an adequate warm up before you go outside, and then gradually ease into any type of workout or run. If you are going to do very high intensity and high velocity running or drills, you really need to make sure that you're nice and warm before you start that, or you are at increased risk of pulling a muscle or injuring a tendon. You also want to make sure, if you're going to be running quickly while you're outside, that you're somewhere where it's not slippery, especially if you are going around turns or other things. Black ice can be common, so to make sure that you're not going to fall, you have to take it a little bit slower sometimes. And that might be a reason why people choose to run inside, so they can still get their fast, hard workout in. But again, it's a personal choice of if you want to bear the cold weather conditions, it is possible to do so and still stay active.